The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
What's going on? Ready reaction, man. Here we are, starting week 2, 1-0, man. 1-0 on the season. Um, Last week, it was just like every other Raider game. You know what I mean, man? Stressful, coming down to the wire. Are we going to close this one out? Is the defense going to do their job? And man, they fucking did. And you know what? I seen last week that we haven't seen in a long time was getting the ball on the last drive and with the lead and closing it out. What's up, JoJo? What's going on, guys? Um, yeah, man, it was a little it was stressful. It was kind of the same football we've seen for the last, I don't know, 20, 25 years. Stressful coming down the wire. But we got the job done. Jimmy G went out there and closed the game out. He closed the game out. And that's just what Jimmy G has done in his career. You give the guy the lead on the last drive, he figures out ways to win ball games. Okay? It was refreshing. Jacoby Myers, standout guy. I didn't see that happening, to be honest with you. I did not see him coming out there and being the guy that got us our 2 touchdowns and came up with clutch catches. It's too bad we're not going to see him this week. It's too bad we're not going to see how he builds off that hot week 1 start. Gave Devontae Adams pretty much the week off. Devontae Adams had some good catches. Jimmy G found him. A lot of good things happened last week on the offensive side of the ball. Now, was it pretty? Absolutely not. Was it a dominating performance? Absolutely not. Was it stressful? Absolutely. But we're used to that as Raider fans. Every time It seems like we're sitting on the edge of our couch for the all 4 quarters, and sometimes it's fun. It's a good thrill. It's a good ride. Uh, but sometimes you just want a comfortable lead going into the 4th quarter. So when you're sitting next to your buddies drinking beer, you're not fucking in tunnel vision watching this game saying, fuck, man, are the Raiders going to blow this one again? Are they going to blow this? Are they going to figure out a way to fucking make the rest of my Sunday miserable? You know, it's God, it's a love-hate thing when we do stuff like that on a weekly basis. Now we got Buffalo coming into town. Or I'm sorry, we're going to Buffalo. We are in Buffalo. Um, I don't like Buffalo. I don't have nothing against Buffalo, but when we play them, yes, I do. I definitely have something against them, and I want their fucking throats. I want their head. Um, it's gonna be a great. I think it's gonna be a great atmosphere over there. They're coming off. They're coming off a tough loss against the Jets. Somehow they let Zach Wilson pull some shit off last week and win the game. So I'm hoping we prove Vegas wrong, right? And what I mean is the sports books, because we are +8. We are the underdogs by 8 points coming into today's game. Um, I'm curious on how this game's going to go. Buffalo's trying to bounce back after a tough loss, and I was talking to the Raider Reaction group. I said, "Why does it seem like we always got to go up against a good team when we face good teams? Buffalo's a good team. Okay, let's not try to act like they're not. Okay, shitty. They had a shitty week one. A lot of teams had a shitty week one. A lot of teams didn't start off. A lot of teams started off flat. Put it that way in week one, including us. We started off flat as fuck. It wasn't a pretty win, but a win's a win, and we take those type of wins. You take any win you can get in this league because they're not easy. Um, we always go. It seems to me whenever we go up against a good team, it's always when they're either coming off a bye or they're trying to have a bounce back game, and that's what we got today. But these are the games that you build off of, and you kind of try to set the tone for the next 15 weeks of the season. For the next 15 weeks of the season. Um, Josh Jacobs, I think he ran the ball well for not being in training camp. I think he had, 60 plus yards. He didn't have no breakaway runs, nothing crazy. But I didn't expect that for him. Not, I expected something slow to start. So here we go. Week 2, let's get it going. We're gonna start off with the head coaching matchup here. We got Sean McDermott coming in. Let me see. I gotta mute this shit. I gotta mute this fucking shit. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys can hear that ringing, that dinging, but that's gotta stop. And I can't figure out a way to make it stop. Give me a second here. We're about to. I should have my shit together and I don't. I can't figure it out. So if you hear beeping during the pregame show, I apologize. I got shit coming through my fucking computer. Here we go. We got Josh. We're going up against Sean McDermott. Okay, great head coach. I wouldn't say go far as great, but good head coach. Okay, he's 98-62, all with Buffalo. He's 2-0 against the Raiders. That was in 2017 and 2020. That's good. Thank you for letting me know that's on my end. Good morning, guys. Hey, I forgot to say, man, cheers, man. Cheers to you guys. I got the drink flowing right now. I have my mixer in there. I got the drink flowing right now, early on the West Coast, 9 a.m., and we pre-gaming already. That's a good thing about West Coast during football season. When the Raiders play at 10, I start drinking at 8. We got Sean McDermott, 98-62, 2-0 against the Raiders. That's in 2017 and 2020, okay? Completely different team 3 years later. We got Josh McDaniels, Boy, we all we can hope for is he finds a way to get over 500 on his coaching record this year. Because if he does that, that means we are going to have a good year. I felt like he had better game management last weekend. Um, we finished the game for once. The offense didn't look too terrible. I think we had one turnover, uh, and that was a pass that Jimmy G tried to force in the red zone. Um, wasn't it was kind of a pass like, what the fuck are you doing? But you know what? It's week one, man. It's week one. Um, One thing that I noticed about him compared to our previous quarterback, which I'm not going to talk about after this pregame show, is is that it didn't. To me, it felt better to watch him work in the pocket. Right, he moved his feet more than our previous quarterback, in my opinion, and he was looking for more than one guy. Right, he scanned the field better than from what I could see. He just wasn't locked into one guy every play. And you can disagree with me or agree with me. It doesn't really matter. Um, but I felt in the past few years, we had a guy that was looking for one option when the ball was snapped. And if that option wasn't there, it became panic mode. And when panic mode happened, it usually ended up in a sack. Um, I think the offensive line did a great job last weekend. Um, I like the way our head coach went about the game. I really do. I feel like it was a more confident approach. It was better in the second half. Last year we seen a lot of meltdowns happen in the second half. Not a lot of adjustments. It looked good to me last week. Did it look pretty? No, but it looked good. It didn't look bad with our quarterback stepping out in the pocket, also scrambling. Right, he's not the fastest guy. He's not the fastest quarterback by any means in the NFL. Hey, it ain't blue. It ain't blue, Steve. That's why I got it on. It's black and white. I got to get a new Raider hat, man. I got to get it. My Raider hat's all fucked up right now. I got to get a new one. I got 4 kids, left my hat around, and it got fucking demolished. Um, Not it just it got flat, and I can't wear stuff like that. And the Dodgers, man, we're making a run. We're making a run right now with limited pitching. So back off my Dodgers for a minute. At least it's black and white. You know what I'm saying? Um, Back to the thing. Back to what I'm talking about, though. We got it looked better. I like the way he stepped up. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Tell him bust out the booze, bro. What's up, David? What's going on? What's going on? We'll see what happens though. I did like the game management. I thought it was a lot better than last year. Now we got Sean McDermott, right? Um, the Bills' defense is very good. He's a defensive guy. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It doesn't seem like things are too pretty in Buffalo right now. All the media reports for how Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen are getting along. They always they try to put that on hush. They try to make it seem like it's not a big deal, but it's been coming out since the end of the Bills' run last year in the postseason. Okay, a lot of rumors are coming out about the locker room isn't too. It's not what it was when Josh McDaniels and Stephon Diggs had their honeymoon for those first couple years. Things are kind of getting chippy over there, and that's good for a team like us that is trying to have a good season, a good year, trying to put in faith in our head coach and in our front office, right? Um, but our locker room ain't too pretty either. There's one guy that's causing a lot of fucking problems, causing a lot of attention. Which the good thing is he's a dynamic guy when we brought him in, but he didn't do shit for us last year, and he's causing a lot of shit. I feel like us Raider fans really ain't too worried about that guy. Um, he's on some Antonio Brown shit, so I feel like it's not as big as a current player. And Bill's reporters coming out talking about how Stephon Diggs is such a fucking asshole, and Stephon Diggs is an asshole. Him and Josh Allen ain't getting along. He ain't happy in his current situation. things are chippy in Buffalo. So are they going to have a bounce back game, or are they still frustrated from last week? Right? Not a lot of support in the Josh Allen corner from what has been put out there. The way that Sean McDermott treated him during the game, nobody coming over there and trying to hype him up. It's looking good. It's looking good. Yeah, we gotta dump Chandler, man. We gotta dump that motherfucker. Now let's get into our quarterback matchup as we were talking about Josh Allen. Stefan's brother, he ain't. I mean, he's in a good situation in Dallas, but that dude is like he is the cornerback version of the quarterback version of Jameis Winston, right? That's all I'm going to say about that. If you can't put that together, I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at Josh Allen last week. Okay, they obviously lost that game against the Jets on a big stage Monday night, the first Monday night of the season. Okay, he threw for 236 yards. He only had one touchdown, three terrible picks. Three terrible picks. I think two of them were in the fourth quarter, man, where shit. I mean, they had a chance to run away with the game. Um, his record against Vegas is 1-0. We got Jimmy G starting off the season 1-0, doing what Jimmy G does. He's not going to fucking shatter the stat sheet with 5,000 yards a season and 50 fucking touchdowns. But what he does do is win. And he's done it his whole career. He's done it his whole career. Jimmy G just finds a way to win. He is a winner. Okay? And like Rich Gannon talked about Carr last year, when a lot of Carr guys were bashing Rich Gannon, I don't care what records he holds. The touchdowns, the yards. What is that win-loss record? What is the win-loss record? Okay, he can have all the fourth quarter comebacks, all the fourth quarter comeback wins that he can have in the last fucking 10 years, whatever it may be. But has he won a playoff game? Has he consistently drove a team to a postseason run? He hasn't. We have a guy who's a good game manager, who can win football games, who if he gets the ball, he finds the way to win games. He threw for 2 touchdowns last week, 1 pick. That pick, a little skeptical. It was a little. He forced that one, but it was week 1, man. He's trying to make shit happen. He should have made. He tried to make shit happen, and I can't. Now we have gone through this thing with our previous quarterback where he is just garbage in the red zone. And it sucked to see that happen, but shit's going to happen, man. Nobody's going to throw for 30 touchdowns and no picks. It just doesn't happen in the National Football League, especially when we were going up, whether we want to admit it or not. Denver has a good defense. They have a great defense. Jimmy G found a way to make it happen. Jimmy G's record against Buffalo is 1-1. Now you look at these two quarterbacks, and you ask yourself, who's obviously you got Josh Allen. He's a hot name in the NFL. He's probably top 5, top 10 quarterback. A lot of people don't put Jimmy G in that category because he is made of glass. We all know that. He is made of glass. But he's had almost damn near the same success as Josh Allen. Josh Allen hasn't got to a Super Bowl. Jimmy G has. And Jimmy G almost won a Super Bowl, had a bad pass, whatever you want to call it. He was in that game. Now, is he as hot as Josh Allen is, name-wise, hype-wise? Probably not. But he wins football games. He wins games, and that's what we need, man. That's all we ask for is find us a guy who can win some games. Okay? A good start for Jimmy G's Las Vegas Raiders career. A great start. He wasn't scared to run. You heard a lot of people in the locker room talking about how much of a dog he is. Devontae Adams, said we probably wouldn't have won this game last year. Now, I don't think that's a shot against our previous guy by any means. He could be meaning that on a lot of different levels, the defense, whatever it was. But guys are right now, the honeymoon with Jimmy G has started off on the right path. It started off on the right path. Man, you could say the defense did it for him in San Francisco, man. That's good. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're gonna talk about now. If the Raiders start winning and we end up having a good defense, we're gonna have the Carr lovers talk about how, oh my God, Carr never had this type of defense. Let's look at how many times he's taken sacks, he's fumbled the ball, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. Jimmy G scored some points too in those playoff runs. Okay, let's not forget that Super Bowl. Let's not forget that Super Bowl. All right. I think what was that Super Bowl? It was in the 30s, right? Jesus. Now we're giving excuses for a guy who just wins. For a guy who just wins. It's crazy to me. All right, let's look at the offense matchup, man. You got the Bills. They scored 16 points last week, 314 yards, 217 over the air, 97 rushing yards. They only had one touchdown last weekend, and that was a pass. Four turnovers. Josh Allen, 3 picks, man. But it was week one. I'm not saying Josh Allen is falling off. I'm not saying he's falling off at all because he can come back right now and just have a monster fucking game against us. And he's hungry. He's gonna try that. He's gonna try that. You look at us. We only scored 17. Wasn't pretty, but we were also going up against. This is the thing. Both of these teams went up against really good defenses. Okay, the Jets have a phenomenal defense. The Broncos have a phenomenal defense. All right, we only had 261 yards total, 200 over the air, and 61 rushing yards. We had 2 touchdowns, and that was our 2 passing ones to Jacoby Myers that you can see right there. Look at the way he put that ball in there, man. Look at the way he put that ball in there. Oh, just beautiful. Beautiful back shoulder in the corner of the end zone. You got to like stuff like that. One turnover. It was one pick where Jimmy G forced that. I like how they're getting – look at that. Again, Josh Jacobs involved in the passing game as well. Looking good. Looking good. So you look at these offenses. Both went up against tough defenses. Josh Allen's picks, though, when you watch that Monday night game man, they were just kind of sloppy throws. Kind of like he couldn't see nothing. So let me just, almost like those memes you see where, you know how they say Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to just close my eyes. He's got to be out there somewhere. Those were kind of the throws that Josh Allen had. 2 of those at least last week. So hopefully we can get some of that luck too, man. Hopefully the Bills offense comes out and struggles as well. But I think Devontae Adams is obviously going to get a lot more looks today because we do not have Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers had a hot game last weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing if we can get Hunter Renfrow more involved. I feel kind of like last year he didn't get really much involved as much as we would like. Hopefully this week we start seeing a little bit more of some play set up for Hunter Renfrow because I think that's something we have got to start looking at. We're down. I mean, Austin Hooper had a couple good plays last week, but we don't have right now. We don't have that trio that we thought we were going to have last year, and we really didn't have it last year at all as much, anyways. But I'm hoping we get Renfrow more involved. Devontae Adams, I think he's going to have a nice game today. We got to get. I think Josh Jacobs. Okay, the good thing about playing Buffalo is their rush defense is not that good. Maybe this is the game. Josh Jacobs got some snaps now under his belt. Right, missed training camp. He's has some contact. Maybe Josh Jacobs starts getting a little bit more aggressive and more touches this week. We'll see what happens. I think he ran really good last week for not being in training camp and no preseason games. Didn't play a snap this year. I think he did well. He was a little rusty, but I think he did well for how rusty he was. So we're going to see how this – I got to update this picture, man. I got that 28 on there. I got to get that going. I got to get that. That's my fault. A lot of stuff comes down to making these shows happen, man. There's no excuse. We'll see what happens though. We got to have we have to have a cleaner game on offense. I think our offensive line looked pretty decent. Okay, I think Parham, he is, man, what a good pick that was last year in that draft. He's definitely gotten better this year. Watch that guy on the offensive line, man. He is a damn good. He is damn good. He is damn good. Elmore, he looked good, which I wasn't too high on him last year, but man, did he look good? Did he look good last week? I'm going to get in, and we'll see what the experts think, man. The experts obviously are not too high on us, and they never are. But let's go ahead and check out what the experts think about this week's matchup going into Buffalo.
Look, we got a bunch of fighters up there, and they're connected as a unit and as a group.
Las Vegas Raiders heading east for week 2, feeling very money about themselves.
To open with a division opponent on the road. What a statement today for the Raiders.
Off to Buffalo to take on the Bills, who, no disrespect, will happily welcome facing the Raiders defense.
Has time, heaves it down the middle on a post, and intercepted by Whitehead. Josh Allen forced it.
I hurt our team tonight. I cost our team tonight.
Josh Allen better have Big Sean on repeat in his earbuds all week. He needs to bounce back from his L like nobody's business.
Yeah, same place, different day.
Sets his sights on the Raiders to try and pretend like week 1 didn't happen.
You feel like you're the reason, and I am the reason why we lost tonight.
Fumble lost, 3 INTs, and his first chance to show last year's turnover issues were a fluke.
Allen back to pass, fires to the right corner, picked off by Jordan Whitehead, his 3rd interception of the game.
Vegas certainly doesn't possess a D-face like New York's, but they do come in off a nice outing against the pass. Forget the 2 TDs and the triple-digit rating. They held Russell Wilson to 177 yards passing, just 5.2 per attempt.
3rd and goal from the 6. Wilson just throws it up. He's going to throw it away.
Can they apply as much pressure to Allen as New York did? That's one thing Buffalo hopes to remedy this week. Allen got bagged 5 times last week.
Back to pass, now going to step up in the pocket, and is thrown to the turf by Jermaine Johnson.
Allen faced pressure over 35% of the time. Remember, over 30 is too much, man. The Raiders' pass rush didn't really pressure Wilson a lot, but of course Thunderdome Max Crosby has to be accounted for. He got one of Vegas's 2 sacks in week 1.
Pocket collapses, down he goes! Max Crosby again!
That was a phenomenal pass rush.
Raiders' secondary will be laser focused on Stephon Diggs, 10 catches, over 100 yards, and a trip to the paint versus New York.
Rolling right, rolling to the sideline, falls into the end zone, throws it to Diggs for a touchdown!
Diggs saw 13 targets. Running back James Cook was second with 6. Look for Allen to try and utilize the likes of Gabe Davis and his tight end duo of Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid a little more this week.
Just able to get it away, and the pass caught by Dawson Knox for a first down.
Raiders still have to look at Buffalo's run game as their X factor. Bills were in a low-scoring, tight game and still threw twice as much as they ran. James Cook, 12 carries, 46 yards, under 4 a carry. Allen showed he's still a threat to scamper, 6 runs, 36 yards.
Allen steps through trouble, makes a move, and gets the first down. It's what he does week after week in this league.
The Raiders' run game didn't produce much either in week 1. Bigger deal to them being it's Josh Jacobs, who struggled at 2.5 a run, 48 yards. Obviously, they're banking on that being the result of him not having his legs fully under him yet.
It's a run to Jacobs. He's wrapped up in the backfield. They can't bring him down. Cuts inside to the 5, and he doesn't get anything.
Bills' run D he faces gave up big numbers on the ground in week 1, primarily tied to the fact they let Breece Hall escape for an 80-yard scamper.
There goes Breece.
Buffalo was much better against the pass, no shock as their secondary is stacked. Hard to say how they would have fared against Mr. Mushroom, but they took care of business against Zach Wilson, save 1 drive. They picked him off, held him to 140 yards passing.
Pressure coming, over the middle, intercepted by Matt Milano, down to the 40, to the 35-yard line of the Jets, the All-Pro.
This week, they take on a tougher passing offense led by one Jimmy G.
Just does what it takes to win. He doesn't care about his statistics or anything like that.
Garoppolo just faced a very tough secondary and looked pretty good against it.
That was the best decision-making game I've watched from a quarterback in a long time. That's the reason you brought him here.
20 of 26, 200 yards, a rating near 110, 2 TDs, no picks.
What a play by Jimmy G. Game on the line, pocket collapsing, nowhere to go with the ball, and he takes off.
It may help that he didn't go to Fresno State.
Jacoby's got incredible hands, and he's got good size and length.
Jacoby One Myers led the team in targets, reception, and yards.
Jacoby Myers, back shoulder, makes the grab, fall into the turf. Touchdown Raiders!
Scored twice, and Taco Bell in my house was present.
Jacoby Myers on the slant with his second touchdown grab in his silver and black debut.
Devontae Adams, meantime, will still command plenty of attention in this game. 6 catches, 66 yards out of the gate.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Pump fakes lost. Adams has it at the 22, and he's belted on a fourth down conversion.
Jimmy would welcome another O-line showing like the one he got last week.
I did like the way we stood in there and pass protected.
Never snipped the grass on his 26 dropbacks.
3rd and 12. Garoppolo looking over the middle, waiting for Adams. He comes free at the 34. High points the ball in the middle and has a first down.
Sniffing the grass is bad, okay, kids? I mean, not really anymore, I guess, but in the NFL, it still is. Bills' pass rush can't be overlooked. 43.5 pressure rate last week. That's big lotto big. Leonard Floyd led the way with 1.5 bags.
Pressure coming, trying to flee the pocket, and he cannot! He's crushed there!
Are the Bills going to start 0-2, the Raiders 2-0, or will both walk off the field even Steven? You know the drill. Take the comments section over. We leave you with 10 predictions.
Well, there you got it. Same shit. Same shit, different season, different fucking week. You got the fucking experts looking at us. Majority of them always just shit on us. But that's okay, because experts really don't mean shit, because are they really experts? I mean, I don't even know where we start talking about who's an expert and who's not. Because most of the time, the fucking experts are fucking absolutely wrong. They're experts at being wrong most of the time. Oh boy, I got to do something. It's 9:24. Okay, we're good. I was just thinking about something in my fantasy shit. The hardcore fantasy league. I think I got Austin Eckler still in my lineup. So I got to make sure I change that. So I got to get done with this show before 10 o'clock. Anyways. The fucking haters. Who gives a fuck about the haters? But if you noticed, if you looked at those scores, there wasn't a lot of blowout scores. I think there was one guy who had a 31-14 Bills. A lot of guys had it like a 4 to 7 point game. So we get a little bit of respect in some regard, I guess you could say. Man, I don't even know who I got on my bench. I got to look, man. I'm in too many fantasy leagues. I got to cut it down next year, man. Too much money. I mean, I'm not, you know what I mean? I do okay. Usually break even. I usually don't fucking lose money in every single one. If I lose, I usually lose money in one. Most of the time I bring a little bit of money home in all of them. But I gotta look at the ones that I'm winning and then cut the ones off that I'm losing money. You know what I'm saying? I think I got like 4 fantasy leagues. That shit's just rough, man. I got to keep it down to like 2 or 3. You had no starters until Eckler went out. Huh. All right, let's get into it, man. I got to get some more segments. You know what sucks is, man, I had the double Ds last year, which was Derek and Devontae. And then I had the ER, which I thought was going to be good with Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. But we all know how that's going down. Max Crosby is he's a dog, man. We should be thankful. We should be really thankful for Max Crosby because the guy's his motor, it's like he never runs out of gas. The motherfucker, it seems like he's getting filled up throughout the whole game. Just what a stud Max Crosby is, man. That is just a guy who is unbelievable. He is just unbelievable the way his motor goes. It just doesn't stop. I mean, man, he's fucking just, it's amazing to watch him. And I can't believe how underrated the guy is. He is so underrated. And maybe that's a good thing, right? Maybe it keeps him hungry. And the reason I'm getting into that is because that's what we're going into right now. We're getting into the defense. And the defense, I was a little bit impressed. Besides, there's a couple things that I've seen that still looks the same on defense, and it's been like this for a long fucking time. And we'll get into that. You look at the Bills. The Bills' defense, they're supposed to be pretty damn good. They are pretty damn good, but they did lose a couple. I think they lost their safety and their linebacker this past off season, and you could see that when it came down to the running game. You see Breece Hall is just an animal. Let's give credit where it's due. Breece Hall is a fucking animal, but so is Josh Jacobs. He's a fucking animal. So I think he should have an outstanding game today, in my opinion. We got to get the run game going. That's kind of something we lacked last week, but it's what we all expected, right? There's nobody in their right mind would have looked at last week and go, man, Josh Jacobs is going to come out and have a 100-something yard game. I mean, anybody who knows the game of the NFL, you got to get your reps in. It's Josh Jacobs. I'm sure he was away from the team and working out, running, probably hitting. I'm sure he had some guys around him where he was getting some work in, but it's nothing like the talent in the NFL. Hell, even when you're going up against some practice squad guys. Those are talented guys, right? People look at practice squad guys like they're trash. No, they're on the practice squad for a reason. And it's probably because they're either almost right there with NFL talent or they give good work. You're not going to get that when you fly home for 3 or 4 weeks and you might be working with some guys but it's not the same work as you would get in a training camp. And I didn't expect him to have a good game. If he had a good game, I was going to be like, God dang, this dude he is unbelievable in my eyes. But you're just not getting that same work in that you would get if you were with your team. And I'm not a guy to bash Josh Jacobs. I think he deserved to. It's okay to have the holdout that he had. I had no problem with it. Because you're talking about a guy, they went in last year. They didn't pick up his fifth-year option, okay? If you picked up his fifth-year option, I don't think you have the holdout. I don't think Josh Jacobs has a holdout. But you don't pick up the fifth-year option, and this is a business, right? A lot of guys like to bash guys for holding out. The only time I bash a guy for holding out is when a dude signs a contract extension a year or two before his holdout. To me, it's like, dude, you signed that extension, okay? You decided I'm going to stay here for another 5 years, and this is the money that I want, and this is the money that – and you signed it. You agreed to the terms of the contract, and you hold out, okay? Josh Jacobs was on his rookie deal. They didn't pick up his fifth-year option. They said, no, we want to make you prove yourself. In my opinion, that's the way I look at it. We want you to prove yourself this year. And that's what he did last year. So him holding out, I had no problem with that. I didn't think it was a distraction. I think every player in that locker room understands that. Hell, I think the GM and the coaches, they understand that. It's a business, right? That's what they always say. This is a business. This is a business. So Josh Jacobs holding out and wanting a little bit more money than the franchise tag, totally fine with that. I'm okay with that. Because if he went into training camp and got hurt, tore his Achilles, whatever it may be, all this shit happens. Look at Aaron Rodgers. That's a good example. something like that happens, you want your money. You want to make sure I earned my money last year. Give me my money. So I'm okay with the whole Josh Jacobs holdout. Nothing against him. I think that's okay. That's okay to me. I have nothing wrong with that. I think you know what he bring in what he wanted for this year. And damn, baby, if he has a better year than he did last year, we got to pay the man for at least. Yeah, I mean, running backs are really underappreciated in this league. And did you see the blocks he put on last week? The pass blocks that he put on. He don't just run the ball. Man, he puts on some good blocks. He puts on some good blocks. Now let's get in the defensive segment. You look at the Bills defense. They gave up 22 points against the Jets. Right? Without Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers played about 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes of the game. I think it was like 2 minutes and 46 seconds to be exact. Right? And they stuck in the game. They gave up 22 points to a non-Aaron Rodgers team. Aaron Rodgers wasn't out there. And you know what kept them in the game was the running game. Because when you look at this, they gave up 312 over the air against Zach Wilson. And if you ask me, pretty sure Jimmy G is better than Zach Wilson. Only 117 over the air, but they gave up 172 on the ground. So for the Jets to stay in the game, they had to run the ball. And yes, they do got Dalvin Cook. Yes, they do have Breece Hall. They got a good running back core there. But you put them two guys together, Josh Jacobs is like 1.5 from them dudes. The rushing, they gave up 172. Okay, that was third worst in the league. Third down percentage was 38.5. Not very good. So it's looking like the Bills might have lost some key pieces on defense like everybody was talking about. You look at the Raiders defense, which this was very impressive to me, man. Very, very impressive to me. We only gave up 271 yards, and we could talk about, it's the Broncos. Well, the Broncos, they got a good offense. Now, I know their number one wide receiver was out last week with a hamstring injury, but they have a good offense. And you got to remember, they got Sean Payton over there. So it's not like they were at a disadvantage. You got Russell Wilson. He had a bad year. Every quarterback has one bad year. Even Tom Brady had one bad year. Okay? Drew Brees had bad years. Peyton Manning had bad years. We went up against Sean Payton. Okay? And let's respect Sean Payton. He's only won one Super Bowl, but it's hard to win a Super Bowl in this league. It's hard to win a Super Bowl in this league. And with Sean Payton having the defense he had, and then having Russell Wilson, he got weapons over there. Let's not act like he doesn't. Because Williams over there, he's a good running back. And you look at us, we only gave up 166 over the air. Gave up 94 rushing yards. Okay? Only gave up 16 points. Shit. I think that's good. Man, I said it last year. I've said it every time I've done these Raider Reaction pregame shows. We got to keep teams under 20 points. If we keep teams under 20 points, we win majority of our games. And that's what we did last week, right? We only scored 17, but we kept them under 20. Okay? But here's my thing with this defense, and I'm so tired of dealing with this shit every Sunday, man. Oh, my gosh. It's always 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, and we always figure out a way to fuck it up. My only fucking pet peeve about this defense for the last 20 years has been, why on 3rd and longs do we give it up every fucking time? It becomes every time when we're at fucking 45% of the time giving up 3rd and longs, man. 3rd and longs, this defense is like cursed or something. It's cursed. And if you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm telling you, every time I'm like, here we go, we're going to get the ball back. And then I stop and I got to sit there and go, wait, fuck. It's 3rd and 10. We always give these up. It's 3rd and 5. We give these up all the time. We give them up all the fucking time. That's one thing we got to work on is our 3rd down percentage. It's been a fuck. I mean, I swear. You know how ESPN likes to come out with all these crazy ass fucking stats like, oh my God, in the last 162 and a half days, he's the only quarterback to throw for this. You know how ESPN comes up with their stats. I wish they would come up with the stats and go, man, in the last 20 years, the Raiders' 3rd down percentage is the worst ever. Because I'm pretty sure it has been. We have got to get better on 3rd down. The defense did step up. They looked good last week. I'm not saying that they were terrible. But the 3rd down shit, the 3rd and long, it's not like I'm comfortable more with 3rd and 5, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 1. I feel like we get more stops there than we do at 3rd and 10, 3rd and 5, 3rd and longs. If it's 3rd and long, forget it. And that narrative has got to change, man. It's got to change. It's got to change. And there's no excuse for Patrick Graham this year. There's really no excuse, Kay. He brought in his guys last year, and then, whatever happened. The defense didn't look that great last year. This year, week 1, we started off okay. I mean, when you look at it, a 17-16 game, man, the Raiders defense blows that all the time. All the time. Last week, they stepped up in the 4th quarter. They did their job. But we need it from start to finish. We got to have the same energy from start to finish. I hope, because, dude, when you look at the Bills, they like big plays. Josh Allen loves big fucking dynamic plays. So this is a scary point for me today when we talk about the defenses. I think we might be able to run all over Buffalo today. If Josh Jacobs is hopefully he shook the rust off in week 1. Our winning point to me is going to be pounding the fucking ball down their fucking throats. Just smash mouth, old school fucking Raider football. Pound the ball down their fucking throats to open up the passing game for Jimmy G, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow. We got to have it. We got to have it. It's just a 3rd down defense. God, that kills me. It kills me every week, man. I'm like, shit. All right, 3rd and 12. We got a 10-point lead. We're going to get the ball back. We're going to start tacking it on. 25, 35, 45-yard pass downfield. We give it up. One thing I got with the defense, too, is I don't know. I feel like Nate Hobbs should be on the outside on the number 2 guy. Okay, Marcus Peters, respectful guy. I think he had a great game last week. Put him on Stephon. Put Marcus Peters on Stephon. But Nate Hobbs needs to be on the outside. Right? And we got to have our rookie play in the slot. I think Nate Hobbs played very, very well as being on the outside last year when we had to have him. When a lot of our corners went down, we put him on the outside. He was locking dudes down. Like, Nate Hobbs is a very, very good corner. Not sure why they got him as a nickelback right now. I don't get it. I think we should be putting a rookie out there at nickelback. He got burned a lot. I think he got burned so much. So much. And he needs to change his number, man. Number 0's never worked in the Number 0 has never worked anywhere. Name one player who was number 0 in college and ended up being a Hall of Famer. Don't Google it. Just say it. Because I don't think there's been one. Change that number, man. That number's bad luck. That shit is cursed. Number 0 is cursed in football. It's cursed in every sport when you look at it. Shit, we can talk about basketball. Not anything. Anybody who's went to number 0, they're motherfucking cursed. It just doesn't work. Don't be number 0. Don't be number 0. It just doesn't work. I hope we can start where we left off. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. 3rd and long, it seems like they always get it. Always get it. And it sucks. But hey, it's a new year. Maybe it's a new defense. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. The injuries, I didn't update the injury, but the big injury we got right now. Oh, back to defense real quick before I get to the injuries. Tyree Wilson. Boy, I know you were hurt in training camp a lot, but we're going to need you to step it up. We're going to need you to show we ain't need that motherfucker Chandler Jones, because that motherfucker is going off the deep end. And it sucks, man, because I really like Chandler Jones. He was a great team guy. I know he had his thing in New England. Everybody, when they're young, they make mistakes. But Chandler Jones, you're a veteran. Okay? You're in your 30s. You're a grown man. You were supposed to come to this team and be a leader. Josh McDaniels brought you in for a reason. It's a sad situation with Chandler Jones. It really is. But, man, we got to cut ties with that. And the good thing, he's not like an Antonio Brown. Good thing we're not on Hard Knocks. Something's going on with Chandler Jones, man. Because, what was it? 5 days before the season opener, the tweets were, I can't wait to get out there with my boys. I can't wait to be out there hitting and doing my thing. And then the next day it was, they locked me out. This and that. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he's still tweeting shit right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he tweeted something this morning. Talking about the owner. Oh, I got secrets with Mark Davis. So then put him out, buddy. Put him out. Put him out. Something's going on with Chandler Jones. And I hope he gets the help he gets. Because, man, he is a good dude. The way he presented himself, he seems like a good guy. Maybe he needs a little bit of help. He should go get it. Mark is his lever. Man, ooh, man. Fuck. I don't know, man. I think Mark Davis, the only reason he might be satisfied in life is because of money he's got. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying. I don't even, yeah. I'm not going to get into that because there's a lot of things I would say, but it's very inappropriate. We live in a sensitive world, so I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there, man. You're opening up a Pandora box that I just cannot get into. Miguel, nah, man, I don't stream the game. We don't do that on Raider Reaction no more. We've gotten shut down. We've gotten shut down a couple of times for streaming games. I can't do that. There is, fuck, man, we got a sponsor. I think it's, fuck, I can't even, I got to get in touch with the committee. We got a sponsor over here that offers this little cool deal that gets you the games and all that shit for free. And stuff like that. You got to pay like a small monthly fee, whatever. You watch the commit shows. You get in tune with what we got with our sponsor we got going on over here. We'll figure that out. Our injuries, we got Jacoby Myers out. That's the key point today. Clear live streams. Dale, there you go. Let's add that to the broadcast. Clear live streams. You look that up. He hooks you up, man. It's a decent price. Pretty good. Hit that guy up. Clear live streams. I don't know his name because I'm not involved in it. But Clear live streams. I've heard it's everybody that's got it. I've heard it's immaculate. It's a good service. You get your money's worth. You get the Raider games. I think you get damn near everything you need on that thing. Everybody's happy with it. They love it. They got multiple boxes. Watch the commit show. He'll send you to the guy and it's cheap, man. It's not that much. It's not that much. It's a good price. You get the Raider games. You get everything you need. Find that guy. Clear live streams. I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find it. If you go to YouTube, you'll find it. If you go on Facebook, search whatever you're on, type in Clear live streams, you'll find the guy. Message him. He'll hook you up. He'll get you ready to go. It's not an expensive price. It's like shopping at the dollar store to get everything you need. Very cheap, and you're satisfied with the product for what you're getting. I don't know. Like I said, Miguel, if you type Clear live streams on Facebook, I'm sure it'll pop up. Message the guy. He'll get you all set up and get you to go. I think it's just an app you download as well. I'm not sure. I think he might have a little box. He might send you something like that. Not sure. Anyways, let's get into the prediction. The prediction, I never, ever, 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 ever go against the Raiders as much as we can be going up against a 16-0 team, and I still figure out a way to put us up on the winning side of things. We're going up against the Bills. Tough team, trying to fucking bounce back. Okay, a lot of hype. Brian O. Garcia. There you go. There's his name. Brian O. Garcia. Search Clear live streams. Look out Brian O. Garcia, whatever it may be. Hit him up. He'll get you set up. You'll be good to go. He's a proud sponsor of Raider Reaction here. So ever since we got that guy, I don't put out what I got. My prediction with the Bills, it's going to be 23-27. I think we win this game by getting the ground game going. Hopefully the defense steps up and they can do what they did against the Broncos. We're obviously going up against a more dynamic offensive team in Buffalo. We'll see what happens. Should be exciting. Should be a good game. You know I got to go with the Raiders. 27-23. We come home. And I'm pretty sure, who do we play next week? Is it the Steelers? And damn, is that Monday? Do we got a Monday night game next weekend? Because if we do, let me see here. Where we at? Raiders. No, Sunday night game. Sunday night game against the Steelers. Sunday night game against the Steelers. Man, we can get off to a hot start, baby. We can get off to a hot start. Uh-oh. I think, do we got clear light? Oh, no. Oh, don't listen to Jolly Hilly. I don't know who the fuck that is. Get that shit the fuck up out of here. We don't promote this motherfucker. I don't know who it is. If it's clear live streams, it's clear live streams, but I wouldn't go that direction. A lot of spam people out here ripping people off and shit. Coming up here writing a bunch of shit on Twitch and shit. Get the fuck out of here. We only send you to the guys we know and the guys we trust. Clear live streams, hit them up. Here we go. Hey, it was a great pregame show, man. Last week didn't happen. Here we go. We're good to go. It is time for week 2. Raider Nation football, man. Raider Nation football. We are back. We are live. It was good to do this live with you. A little rusty. It's been a minute since week 17 last year. They'll get better, as they always do. I'm like Josh Jacobs, man. I didn't have a holdout. I was just busy with my kids and shit. And I let Commish know. You know, usually I do the Right to Ship show in the off season, man. Man, my girls are in cheerleading, gymnastics. My son does baseball year-round, football. I mean, wrestling, fuck. It's busy, but I love doing these shows. I figure out a way to get it done. I love you guys, man. Thanks for tuning in. A great crowd. Pre-game shows, here's the way it works. If my son does not have a game Saturday nights, I go on Saturday night. Next week, we have Sunday night football. My kid has a bye for football. My daughter's cheer shits in the morning. So Saturday night will be the pregame show next week. It's going to be live. More content, more things to get into. My program did a huge update. I got a lot of shit I get to fuck with now. It's going to be fun. We're going to get interviews going. I'm going to upgrade my shit to where I can get you guys a call in. Hopefully I can get some calls in We'll see what happens. Here is the end of the show. This concludes it. I got to get in. I got to fix my fantasy lineup in the next 9 minutes in the Hardcore Challenge League. If you're in there, I'm coming for you. I didn't get my keepers this year. Remember that. I'm the guy. If you're watching this shit, I was not the guy bitching about the keepers. I missed my keepers. I told Kamish, fuck that. I messed up. I fucked up. I don't need my keepers. Jolly Healy, if you don't get the fuck up out of here. I missed my keepers. I said I'll take the punishment. I don't give a fuck. I don't need my keepers. My keepers were going to be like Josh Allen, some other bullshit. Glad I didn't keep him because last week I would have ended up losing. I got Jalen Hurts. Or no. I'm sorry. I had Tua. And Tua did his thing last week for me. I think that's the only reason I won. Anyways, we'll conclude the show, man. Let you guys get to the game. I hope you guys are drinking your cocktails, drinking your beers, smoking your blunts, whatever the fuck you do, man. Whatever you do to enjoy a beautiful Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, wherever you are, to enjoy the Raiders. You guys enjoy yourself. You stay blessed. Everybody stay blessed, man. Hopefully we all go to work tomorrow with the Raider W. I'm out.
Yeah, we on the work. Yeah, team run it up. Work. This ain't a game. I came with the gang. Look how we run it. The hustle and pain is just not the same. I came from the gutter. Ayy, whole team limitless. Never settle, we above. Whole crowd showing love. Yeah, overcame when they couldn't believe. Heart, sweat, tears, blood on the leaves. Opposition ain't wanted with me. Competition ain't none for me. Everybody on the line, trying to see how much tell you for the grind. They ain't never wasting time, cause everything is on the line. Yeah, we about to blow. I beg your pardon, this ain't for fame. I sound like EA.